Hello and welcome to the Clever Fox YouTube channel. My name is Ilysse and today I'm really excited because I have my Clever Fox Dated Weekly Planner Pro for 2026. It's always fun to start out the new year with a dated planner because you don't have to worry about spending any time to put in the dates. And today we are going to be using this planner to set up my month of January. It is a fresh start, it is a new year, and I am ready to kick off a really special year. Make sure that you watch this whole video so you don't miss any of the planning tips and tricks that I'm sharing today. And also make sure you are subscribed to our channel and you have that notification bell turned on so that you get notified each time we share a new video. Let's start planning. We are so excited about this dated planner. There are a lot of benefits to an undated planner, which are most of our planners, because you can use it whenever you want. There's no required start date. But a dated planner is also really nice because it's set up for you with the dates. So after you have the monthly, then the weeklies also have the dates. And this goes from January to January. So a dated planner is going to be best for someone who knows they will be using their planner consistently, but also just wants to open the planner and get started. They don't necessarily want to spend the few minutes dating the planner. And I love this size of this planner because it sits open beautifully. It's nice and flat. I don't have to keep it, held open. I also love that we have the December and the February. So you have the previous month and the month ahead. And these boxes just have so much room for possibilities. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, even though I use a budget planner, I like to put my paydays in my regular planner so that I can see them always at a glance. And for January, my paydays are going to be slightly different because I get paid on Mondays, and whenever Monday is a holiday, like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, that means that my payday for that Monday is actually the Friday before. So that's always something to be mindful of for me. And we'll take this out, one more little payday sticker here. And even by putting these stickers in, there's still so much room. The next sticker that I want to take out actually had, sorry, I have the wrong sticker sheet. There was a very specific sticker I needed here. There it is. Oh, it was on that sheet. The next sticker that I want to make sure to include is this taxes sticker, because I pay quarterly estimated taxes for my business and I cannot forget to pay my quarterly estimated taxes this quarter. So I'm going to pop this in on the 15th, which is when it is due, and we will write pay quarterly. So much room. I love it. Taxes. Okay, that's a very important one. Another important date here that we're going to put in is actually the 13th. And let's see if I can find some sort of celebratory sticker here. Let's use this. So I actually have a book coming out, my second book, and this is a book about savings challenges. So I'm going to write book launch day. All right, so we've got some of those big things in. The next thing that I want to do is talk about blocks of time. So from the end of December through January 6th, just use my highlighter, we are going to be dog sitting. So I want to put this in here, just using a mild liner highlighter as a reminder to myself of when we are dog sitting. So let's write dog sitting Abby. Okay. Now, let's continue with plans and things that I have coming up. So I like to pop in these day off stickers to note my days off. So this month, I actually have 6 days off, which is really nice because I can use those for a lot of different things. So it'll be every Friday, but then also I have off on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which means it's a 4-day weekend. I need to get another day off sticker. And then my final day off is right here. So now I can really see what these weeks are starting to look like. The next thing that we will add in are going to be birthdays. So we'll put one here and then one here. So we have a birthday here and then here, because I don't want to forget about birthdays. The next thing are going to be meetings. So I have some meetings on Monday evenings, and it's 3 Mondays a month. So I'm going to put those down, and let's write meeting 8 p.m., meeting 7 p.m., and then meeting 8 p.m. Now, also back to the highlighter, I should have done this before. My fiance will be away this weekend. So I want to put that here as another reminder of what it looks like. I like to use the monthly view of everything that's coming up that I need to be mindful of. So we'll write James away. And that would probably be a good weekend for me to do some sort of girl time, a fun, maybe girls' night out type of weekend. Now, I also want to put something over here. I'm just trying to choose which fun sticker. Maybe we can do the little champagne, because even though he'll be away, this is our 2-year anniversary. And then we're also going to do one more. Let's see. Maybe we'll do, I like this one with the heart, because now every month on the 28th, because we're getting married on the 28th, I'm like, oh, we are in the countdown. So this will be our 8-month countdown. All right, another thing that I'm going to do, and I'm actually going to use some bullet point markers here, is going to be our trash day and recycling days, because they're helpful for me to see in my overview and know. So let's write recycling and trash. So our trash pickup is twice a week on Wednesdays. So we will usually take it out on Tuesday night, and then also on Saturdays. So we'll take it out Friday night. We don't take it out both times every week, but it's just good to have. Then our recycling is pickup is Friday, so we take it out Thursday, but this alternates week by week. So this one too, because pickup is not Thursday, it's Friday. So the first week will be plastic, cardboard, plastic, cardboard. And if I ever forget, I can just look outside usually by like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. and see what my neighbors have taken out. If it's a whole bunch of buckets, that means it's plastic. If it's boxes, that means it's cardboard. So that always definitely helps as well. Then the next thing that we're going to do is pop in a doctor's appointment sticker. Actually, I'm going to use a different one. We will use this appointment sticker because I have my quarterly neurologist appointment. This is at 8:15 a.m. and I'll write neurologist. All right, we're looking really good. And what I like the most about this is that it's very open. I feel like November and December, even October for us, we're very packed with plans, and there's not actually a ton of plans in January. A lot of those plans will come as the week comes, and little things here and there, like, oh, do we have anything going on this weekend? No? Okay, let's do something. But I really love the idea of January being a more open month and being very intentional about making less plans because of how busy the holidays were. And also it is just so very cold here in northern New Jersey. And sometimes you just want to snuggle up by the fire and not have to put on the boots and the coat and the gloves and the hat and the scarf. And it's just such a process. So I want to talk about this month's goals, and I want to talk about things I will do to make this month great. I also want to do a different type of note here. So I'm someone who chooses a word of the year each year. It's a word that kind of guides me throughout my year. And my word for 2026 is devote, because I want to devote myself to so many different areas of my life, but really focus on them. So I'm going to, let's use a color that I haven't used yet. Let's take purple. And I'm just gonna write devote here pretty big as a reminder to myself of my word of the year. I like that. The next thing that I wanna do is also take my highlighter that I use to indicate dog sitting and James being away, and actually highlight something for February. So February President's Day weekend is a 4-day weekend. It's a 4-day weekend for me because I'm off work Fridays, but I just want to note that that's going to be an extra long weekend in case I want to plan for anything during that time. So now let's talk about this month's goals. I'm going to use some of these bullet point stickers down here, and I have a lot of ideas and dreams for 2026. So we're going to be mindful of the fact that I do want to take things slowly while I also want to devote myself to certain life area focuses. So the first goal is going to be finish full house decluttering and organizing project, which is something that I've been working on since November. The next goal is going to be list my Peloton for sale. I also need to see if there's any way for me to try to sell my Peloton back to the company. I don't know if there is a way, but I feel like they sell refurbished Pelotons, unless that's only for people who traded in for a different product. So I have to see what that looks like. The next goal is going to be walk 10,000 steps every day. And then we're going to do something related to our wedding. And this is book wedding entertainment. So like a band. And then the other wedding one, once that is booked, will be start researching florists. The next big project for January is going to be my taxes. So because I pay quarterly estimated taxes, I've got a lot of tax stuff to do for 2025 taxes that are going to be due in 2026. What I like to do is go through all 2025 expenses and fees. So I've been pretty good about doing this monthly. The last 2 months I haven't, because a few years ago when I started doing my taxes quarterly, it took me many hours to go through my entire year of expenses. So I've been trying to be better about tracking my expenses on a monthly basis. And there's a lot of tax forms that I need to get, and I won't get them until the end of the month. So at least I can do my part and go through all of this on my own. And then I'll be able to add in whatever else comes in so that I can keep it really organized for my accountant. The next thing and the final goal that we are going to set for the month is, let's talk about this. So we have house, we have finance, we have health, we have wedding. This is also wedding, and this is finance. So let's choose another goal category. Oh, let's schedule a girls' night. All right, I think that's good. Now we have things I will do to make this month great. So skills and habits to learn. One of my financial goals is to do more savings automations. So I'm going to write that here because I want to kick that off right away. Distractions to avoid is going to be overbooking our schedule. James and I are both guilty of this. James is my fiance, where we overbook our schedule and then we don't have any time to rest or get other projects done. Places to go and people to see. I'm just going to write here girls' night. I feel like we've seen a lot of places and friends and people in December, and January tends to be a little bit more of a hibernation month. And then one thing I always wanted to do, I'm gonna write achieve a goal of 10,000 steps per day. So I actually just bought an under the desk walking pad, which is sort of like a mini treadmill, but it goes under my desk so that when I'm working, I can do that. And I researched it should take about 2 hours in a day to walk 10,000 steps. And because I work remotely and I'm pretty sedentary throughout the week, I'm not getting much physical activity in. So I felt that by bringing the exercise into my office, that would help me throughout my workday. So I'm really excited to set that up and see if I can make it a habit. I know it's going to take some time to get used to walking while working. It's I don't know. It's just going to be a little bit of a coordination focus, but I think that it's doable. So I'm feeling really good about this because I always feel like when I sit down and fill out my monthly calendar, it's kind of like a good kickstart to the month. It doesn't have every single thing that I will do for the month of January, and it doesn't need to, but it gets everything out of my brain and onto paper so that as other plans and opportunities come up, I can really take a nice look here at this big planner. Like I said, it sits perfectly flat and open, and really be able to see how I want to spend my time in the month. So if you have not yet picked up this dated planner, definitely pick it up at cleverfoxplanner.com. I think this is also a great gift for someone who just wants to open their planner and get started. I love the amount of space, and it comes in so many fun colors, and I love this orange here as well. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, and if you're not yet subscribed to our channel, click that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. Wishing everyone happy holidays, happy new year, and we'll see you soon.